And I think one of the things we've already spoken to is, I mean, the things which are really divorced from a lot of the kind of healthcare delivery in terms of quality metrics, in terms of the kind of informatic data gathering that we're trying to do to just make healthcare better and save money by delivering healthcare smarter. I think that those things are going to be part of Medicare no matter what happens, and Medicare kind of determines what a lot of sort of insurance rates are. So I mean, it ends up being a huge backbone of healthcare no matter what. So I think that those things are going to be safe no matter what, and are going to change how healthcare works. Generally.
You guys were talking a couple of questions ago about how there will be consequences or whatever multiple years on into the future if it stays with the Affordable Care Act, or if we repeal it and replace it with something else. What sort of, like, how does it affect Planned Parenthood right now? What is the trajectory toward 10 years, 20 years from now? I mean, if we would keep up the level of healthcare access that we have now, I mean, if you're looking at millions more people getting preventative care, so, you know, in the long term, a healthier population, and health then is, of course, tied to poverty levels, to education levels. So in my mind, it's good across the board. If we take away that healthcare access and that safety net that we've strengthened, I really don't see that continuing. Like, you can't, in 10 years, you can have 10 years of progress, but if you put it out there, that's not enough to impact the entire generation, and to improve the health and education and socioeconomic status of the entire generation. So, you know, cutting it off here, we will see, you know, those 10 years of benefits, but to decimate our safety net now would be extremely bad for us as an economy, as, you know, as a society.
Yeah, I think, you know, the payment reforms that I referenced earlier, they generally enjoy bipartisan support. Both sides of the aisle think we need to move away from strict fee-for-service and have more payment for performance, whether that's lowering costs or making sure that the quality of care and that the patient satisfaction is high. So, you know, where we're moving is if you don't keep your quality up and don't keep your patient satisfaction up, you're going to take a cut in pay. And if you do well, you'll make a little bit extra. Both sides think that's a good idea. Both sides, I think it's a good idea to find a way other than fee-for-service where you pay for every service that is provided. So I think that's going to continue to go forward, even if the act itself would end up being canceled.
I would offer that from the physician side of that perspective, because we were talking about it earlier, this is something that makes doctors very, very nervous, because it sounds good on paper, but there is a lot of fear that this is just kind of another mechanism by which reimbursements can go down and paperwork can be increased. And I think that if we can pull it off, it's going to be great, but there's a lot of fear from sort of my side of the aisle.
Right, and I feel like one of the most idealistic things that could come out of the Affordable Care Act is moving our society from really a problem-based society where we look at our health problems once they become a problem and more into preventative care. Right now, our population as a whole is very unhealthy. We obviously have an obesity problem. The average